Welcome back to the show. It's I Quit My Band. How's everyone doing tonight?
I'm good.
I'm good.
That's good. My name's Nate.
I'm JJ.
I'm Evan.
We thank you for being here. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. Comment down below. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok for podcast clips and comedy skits. Follow us on Patreon. $5 a month for weekly bonus content. We are watching the show Supergroup in its entirety. The Lost episode 5 is coming out this Sunday. You cannot find that anywhere online but here, except it's just going to be us talking about it.
We got the plug, dude.
We got the plug. Capture
hooked up.
Obscura. Thank you so much again.
Yeah, thanks to the Chad universe for crowdsourcing.
Yeah.
That
Chad, you dude.
Chad,
Yeah.
you. I went to Chad.
I went to Chad, you baby.
Yeah, I was Suma Bro Latte and fucking Chad, you.
Suma
Bro Latte.
Cum bro latte.
Cum Bro Latte.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should start it. We just do like a Trump University thing.
100%.
IQMBU.
Andrew Tate, fucking
Yeah.
Baller University
Yeah.
or whatever. Gangster, you.
Gangster University.
Yeah.
I'm a top G at Chad, you.
Did we send Capture Obscura a shirt yet?
We're doing that
All
tonight.
right, let's do it tonight.
All
Sorry.
It's on the way.
We'll get that out. Did I miss anything? Get the shirt in the
Yeah.
description, so make sure to get the shirt. Tonight, before we talk about Supergroup, we're going to be talking about an album that came out this past week. It's called Into Oblivion by Lamb of God. We've never talked about Lamb of God on the show, I don't think ever once. Possibly when they dropped that collab track with Mastodon like a year ago.
Yeah, I think we did. And we may have talked about going to see them.
Yeah, we did. Okay, so we did talk about them.
Yeah.
When we saw Lamb of God, that was really my first foray into Lamb of God. They always scared me as a kid, mostly because of the band name. I was just like, this is some sort of biblical, like, evil.
This is too evil.
This is
Yeah.
a biblical evil.
Yeah.
You know?
It's trudging into my face.
It's not like, it's not like fake devil, Iron Maiden. This is like the book of Revelation.
Yeah.
This is fucked
This
up.
is what the Lord talked about. He was talking about Randy Blythe and the boys
Dude,
coming back.
Randy Blythe's voice should be in the Bible.
Who
for
cares?
How scary it is.
Yeah, who cares about
Yeah.
like fucking, ghouls and demons? We're talking about locusts.
We're
here.
talking about
plagues.
The end times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not actually.
Which is
but-
fitting because that's where we're at in
Yeah,
life.
yeah,
The
that's
end
true.
times.
That's true.
Anyway, yeah, you were like, you would really love Lamb of God. They're, a lot like Mastodon in a way. And I did get that vibe, and I definitely, became a Lamb of God fan after that show. I haven't, listened to everything they've done, but, Randy Blythe's voice is maybe one of the best voices in metal. 2000s era metal, real metal, not new metal or metalcore, real fucking heavy shit.
Yeah, his scream is awesome, especially that era.
Yeah.
Definitely one of my favorite metal voices of that era. And seeing your introduction to them at that show was perfect.
It was unbelievable.
Where was it? Where was the show?
Stage A.
Oh,
and
nice.
a torrential downpour started as they were coming on, as the sun was going down.
Yeah.
And then between the lights pouring down rain, and then they went into Walk With Me in Hell.
Yeah.
And it just felt like you were descending into
it
hell.
really-
Lamb
did
of
feel
God, they have the control over the,
Randy did.
Everything.
all
yeah.
of it.
Called
yeah.
in the clouds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was because they came with Mastodon. It was a 20th anniversary tour or something, 25th of
I think it was 20th of Ashes of the Wake and Leviathan.
yeah, they put out an album on the same
Oh, you
day.
went to this recently. It was
Yeah, it
last
was
summer
last
or
2 years
something.
ago.
2
2
summers
years
ago,
ago, maybe.
okay.
Yeah, I was excited for Mastodon, but Mastodon played when it was light out. Brent Hines was not into it. R.I.P.
R.I.P.
No one was really into it. But when Brent Hines wasn't into it, I was like, I'm not into it.
Yeah.
If Brent's not in it, I'm not in it. So that kind of took me out of it. And then Lamb of God came on. I was excited for Mastodon, but I will be going home thinking about Lamb of God.
Yeah. That album in particular, Ashes of the Wake, I like a lot. Their first 4 records are really strong.
Yeah.
The New American Gospel and As the Palaces Burn are their first two, and they're like really raw sounding.
Yeah.
And then Ashes of the Wake and Sacrament are both more polished. But yeah, Randy Blythe's voice is great. And at the time, they had Chris Adler as their drummer.
Yeah.
Who is one of my favorite metal drummers. Like, most metal drummers are great. Like, they can play whatever they want. But Chris Adler had, like, a very specific sense of groove. He did a lot of, like, triplet, double bass drum beats and stuff like that. Just, like, really interesting stuff. So I really liked, like, their mix of, like, Pantera meets Slayer.
Yeah.
Like, it has, like, groove metal riffs, but it's thrashy, it's heavy. I have not checked in a ton since Sacrament. Chris Adler is no longer in the band. I think he was fired in like 2017.
Is he in another band or was in like a bunch of other bands? That name sounds really familiar.
He did an album with Megadeth, like right at the time that he got fired from Lamb of God.
Okay, maybe that.
And it's weird too because his brother is still in Lamb of God.
Oh wow,
Willie Adler, and I don't believe they have spoken since his firing.
I love that when a band just splits families.
Yeah.
It's that important.
It's so important.
Christmas never
is
speak
fucked
your brother again.
Yeah, Christmas is ruined because of Lamb of God.
Yeah.
So, like, seeing them a couple years ago, like, renewed my interest. I've been listening to more Ashes of the Wake, and when I saw this on the calendar, I was like, hell yeah, dude, another Lamb of God record?
Yeah, pretty solid. Jay, do you have any?
Like many of these bands that you guys are mentioning, Slayer, Megadeth, etc., they're all kind of like in the same blob to me. And I don't say that in a negative way. It's more like just a world that I have not delved into it with much depth. So often the names can be interchangeable, but it's all kind of you know what you're getting.
You know what you're getting.
When you click on this stuff.
You prefer metal with the stoner at the beginning.
Yeah, I like the weed part.
Lamb of God with an umlaut over the O.
Lamb oof God.
Lamb oof good. Yeah.
Yeah, but this record, looking at the album art, being the resident album art guy, I looked at it. I'm like, all right, yeah. So,
yeah. What was that your feeling? Because you're the album art guy. What was your feeling walking into this?
I was like, okay, this looks like something. This album art looks like something that was created in like 2004.
That's exactly my.
It literally looks like I just started up the original Xbox.
That's why I was
that, like green ball.
Do you remember like? This is such a deep pull, but like. On like Windows XP, there was like this screensaver that was like pipes that was like connected.
Yes. Wow,
that's what's like going on the album cover. Into Oblivion.
It's like if LimeWire was still around.
Yeah. And so,
or like an ad for 5 Gum. Remember 5 Gum?
Oh, how it feels.
Yeah,
chew 5 Gum.
It's still around, which is shocking.
Yeah,
it's just minty gum.
I actually just bought a pack.
It's good stuff.
Why don't you guys stop talking?
You're like,
relax.
Their new flavor, Into Oblivion.
Into Oblivion is amazing. Yeah.
But yeah, so I saw the album art. I'm like, okay, we're getting like a throwback, like circa early 2000s metal record. Mm-hmm. And that's kind of what it feels like a little bit. They're not pulling any punches. They're going at you.
Yeah, the album cover was a reason why I was very excited to listen to this. Like I don't, like I said, I don't know much Lamb of God. Was never like a huge fan, but when I saw that album cover, I was like, it's like we're so back,
Yes.
Like this is so old. Like this is a band that has not
kind of sucks
evolved. Yeah, like it kind of sucks. Like
no, it definitely
like,
sucks. When I saw that album
great.
cover, I was like, wow.
Yeah.
Like this is a band that has not evolved in like if there's any time in life, it's to like want to hear metal music that is stuck in 2005.
Yeah,
this is the time. So. I mean, that is what we got.
That's
100%.
And we're like, that's a pro.
It's a pro. I think it's a pro.
You know what I mean?
I think that there's pros and cons to it.
Yeah. Maybe a little bit.
I call it a net pro.
A net.
Yeah, perhaps a net pro.
Yeah.
What I was not expecting was for the album to sound as bad as it does.
Yeah.
It doesn't sound great. Yeah.
The kick drum sounds like a cardboard box.
The drums in general.
Yeah.
There's like like good performances on the drums. I would say that like the drumming is probably like more anonymous than the Chris Adler drumming, which had like a more character.
Yeah.
It's very good, but like all of the hits sound like triggers. Like,
Yeah.
Yes.
just there's no differentiation between any of the different hits. They're all very like pillowy and sampling.
The Chris Adler drumming had a little bit of like Slipknot to it, where it was
Yes.
like very raw and like kind of tinny sounding.
Yes.
Which is not like my favorite, but it usually makes for a pretty brutal sounding record. Like that's why Slipknot sounds the way they do, and Converge, I guess, too, on a couple of their records.
You could understand like these drum parts too, because like typically in one of these song structures, his double pedal is just following the chug 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 of like whatever the guitar is doing, and like that is a thing that this genre like plays on, and it is like the thing, so you can't dunk on it too much. However, like that's everywhere. That's like the entire thing, you know.
Yeah, and there's a lot of, I mean, this album is also kind of like void of like production tricks, really.
Yes.
Like there's really nothing special going on, and it kind of starts becoming like a glaring thing with St. Catherine's Wheel, because they start off the song, like they do a little something different by just like just a tiny little thing differently by like starting off the song extremely quiet, and then it like gets loud all of a sudden. It's like the cheapest little thing where it's just like there was no point to start
here's
the song
the thing,
off that way.
And also you guys can correct me if I'm wrong here, but like what I experienced listening to this multiple times preparing was like, it seems like the mastering is fucked up, because like some songs felt quieter than others.
I think the mix and master throughout is like surprisingly bad.
Yes.
Like the whole thing sounds cleaner than I want it to. Like I feel like out of some of the metal records, even from like people that I would consider their contemporary, like Kill Switch or something like that.
Yeah.
Like even that album had a bit more life than some of these do. Now those songs are cornier. Like you don't ever get to the like super church preacher fucking chorus,
spreading your arms on top of a mountain.
But like the first song, which I think is one of the better songs into Oblivion.
I think it is the best song.
I think it is.
Yeah.
Me too.
It might be one of two good songs.
Yeah.
like front to back song wise.
I thought so too, and I didn't even really love it, and like I said, I don't know a ton of Lamb of God, but like this little synth like thing in the back, like do 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 do, that seemed kind of out of character.
I would agree.
Like that, I was like, it's not so corny that it's like it takes away from things, but I was just like, this seems unnecessary and weird for them to do.
Also, sonically, like it could have been like folded in a more like it's the way it sits right now is that like. It's like, no, listen to that synth thing.
Yeah,
there it is.
No, there it is. Instead of like listening like to your third way around or something, it's like, oh, is there like that's cool. There's a synth thing in there.
Yeah, it sounds like everything just we're on the Neve board and it's like
Yeah. It sounds like when I mix something.
Yeah, exactly. This literally sounds like when I mix something, because I think the guitars are louder than everything else on the record.
That's what you want, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How it should sound.
Yes.
But like Into Oblivion sounds like half as loud as the very next song.
Yeah.
Like it goes into
Yes, it does.
What's it called? Parasocial Christ.
Parasocial Christ.
Into the Oblivion like has a hook, which is something that Randy is pretty good at in terms of like metal. Yeah. Like he doesn't have a conventional singing voice, but he can find a refrain or a way to say something that catches in your head. And Into Oblivion is really the only time that happens on this record. Like
I think
You Will Call Me from a Different Name.
Yeah,
like, that stuck in my head a good bit.
There's a couple different times. The what's the one song with the like central anodyne? What does he say?
Yeah.
What is it?
I can't remember.
I can't.
Maybe that's Killing Floor.
That might be Killing Floor. Killing Floor. I feel like I remember, and also it actually might be Parasocial Christ that's on.
Parasocial Christ is like it's the busiest song.
There's a lot.
Like
Yeah.
the riff is like,
Yeah.
and then the drums, and then like there's no space on. Like I think some of these songs for me suffer from too much badass. You know, like we talked about it before. Of like sometimes like no bullshit is too much.
Not the best.
No
Yeah.
bullshit.
Yeah.
Because like there are just certain songs on here where it's just like riff after riff after riff with not like a logical progression to like this riff to the next. Parasocial Christ is probably the one that I felt that way the most about.
I probably felt that way about Bully because Bully is like trying to say something. Like it's kind of like this album's Redneck.
Yes.
Where it's like this is clearly about political stuff, probably very directly about Trump, even though there's nothing like confirmed online, I don't think. But like it's kind of hard to pay attention to. Like it's later on in the track list. It sounds kind of the same as everything else, but it has like the most to say. But it's like after all that, it's like who cares? Like, it's not really sticking out to me, except for Randy Blythe's lyrics. But like his performance is pretty much the same as every other song here. I mean, there's a couple songs where he's doing a talk singing type of thing, but that doesn't go over well.
Yeah,
really.
I like him in full demon mode the whole time.
Yeah,
because like there's a like Sepsis begins and it almost sounds like a chat pile.
Yeah,
song. like because it's like got the heavy bass and then he starts talk singing.
Yeah,
but like he can't stop himself from like leaning into some grip. Like it'll start talking, and I'm like, okay, this is fine. But he's got to do this too.
I wrote. He sounds like Goku gearing up to go Super Saiyan.
Yeah. Or if you're Evan doing that. Like if you're Evan doing the impression, it's turning him into Macho Man Randy Savage.
Or Dave Mustaine. Yeah.
Yeah, there's multiple moments. Like, you said that there aren't many like tricks that they do.
Yeah.
And that kind of spills into also like the performance. Like none of the performances are bad. In fact, they're very impressive. Both like the singing and the guitar playing and the drumming. Like really, really technical shit that the average player. That's what sets them apart from like the average metal band. However, there are like the couple of tricks that they do are used almost laughably too frequently, because there's multiple moments where the mix cuts to dead silence and there's like a and then like they go back in, and I'm like I'm a sucker for a
you're an guy,
but
well
these ones are almost laughably like exactly where it should be. If you know what I mean. I don't know, I can't really describe it past that, but I think it happens multiple times, and I think you get one per record. You know what I mean?
And it's got to be a motivated
it's got to be it's got to have some passion behind it.
This one is just more of like a filling space.
It's like, what do you guys want to do here again? Another another
Yeah, how about
we think an or a
yeah.
Randy's like, it doesn't matter. Who cares? There's one part, I can't remember what song it is right now, but it's like it's shockingly bad sounding. Like it's at the tail end of one song. I can't remember what it is. You guys might know what I'm talking about, but it's like where the drums and the guitar start to like syncopate a little bit. It's like, and it just sounds like it is
cut and
pasted, but not well. Like it sounds like they kind of missed it
Yeah.
a little bit and just said, "Fuck it, let's go with that." I can't remember which one that is, but it's right at the end.
I think it's Killing Floor.
Maybe it is Killing Floor,
because like they do that like machine gun.
It's supposed to be like a machine gun, but it's like off. Yeah,
and not only that, but like when the guitar stops, you're hearing like an absence of sound that is so unnatural.
Yeah, it's
like they do that throughout all of their discography. But back in the day when they were just recording, I imagine with a mic on a cab, it's like you're gonna hear the hand on the fucking strings.
Yeah,
it's gonna sound like a human being.
The tiny bit of feedback
which
or something
adds a little bit of like
these are human beings playing instruments.
Breathing to the thing, as opposed to like ChatGPT metal stuff.
Don't get me wrong, I like a nice like fast, chuggy, staccato-y riff
Yes.
that goes along with drums, But this one, there's something about it that feels inhuman and not in a good way.
I think the number one criticism for me is the mixing and mastering, particularly the mastering for me, is so bad. Because like, I listened to it once in my car, and my car has that feature where if like my engine hits a certain RPMs, it like increases the volume a little bit. So I was like sitting at a stoplight, I'm like, oh, okay, it's quieter. Maybe that's why. But then I did a run with headphones. I'm like, no. That's not just my car.
Yeah.
That's like there's like literally lesser dBs going on at certain times, which I haven't heard in like a pro band's record on Spotify in like a long time.
I would agree. Yeah, the sterile nature of that kind of stuff, like overall the album kind of feels sterile, but that moment in particular I remember being like, oh my god.
Yeah, it's like what the fuck?
It almost sounds like glitchcore or something.
Yeah,
and it's not quite what they're going for.
Yeah. No.
And how like off and on the like volumes and stuff like that was, and then just some of the guitar tones sound like very, to quote Lars Ulrich, stock.
Yeah.
Like
no, it is very stock. It's like it's pillowy.
Yeah.
Like it does sound like they just found like a fucking plug-in amp, and there's like the Marshall stack tone is pretty good. Like the fucking
preset straight out of the box.
So good.
Don't touch the levels. It sounded good straight out the box.
Yeah. I mean, if there we've talked a lot of shit. But the songwriting isn't great either. But I didn't have a terrible time listening to this.
I didn't either.
I thought the performances were enjoyable and impressive. If there's one huge thing that I loved on this record, it's Randy Blythe's voice.
Yeah.
Like, I think he's still got it and is sounding as ferocious as ever. And, like, there's a couple songs where he's really letting it all fucking go. Like, I mean, Parsocial Christ and even like 1,000 Years and Bully, like he's sounding vicious, you know?
Yeah.
And yeah, I guess the instruments don't like particularly like mix in well with his vocals just because of the production, but like you could tell everyone's kind of giving it their all with at least playing and performing.
I would agree.
Yeah.
I think like I am a fan of what I'm sure most would consider like their best stuff.
Yeah.
And then to go on like a 15-year hiatus and then jump into a late era record, like I'm just hearing all the ways that like it's not
good.
Like that formula has not quite there anymore.
Yeah.
But yes, like compared to other late era records, there's still definitely a vitality in the performances, especially Randy's. Like there's not a single phoned in performance. I don't like some of the choices, but he's going for it and giving 110% each and every time. I think the songwriting is kind of the toughest part because on previous records they had great riffs that would open space for him to be able to occupy with the vocal. So like these two would play with each other very well, and it's like claustrophobic.
Ain't no space on this one.
Exactly. Yeah. Good luck. Like some of the riffs are so busy.
That's probably the best way to put it. There is absolutely no space on this record whatsoever. No breathing room. It is purely like it's pure 100% uncut rock. No Swedish producer.
They could have perhaps used the Swedish producer.
Maybe a Swedish producer would have benefited on this record.
We flew in Max Martin on the new Lamb of God record.
So maybe we could get Taylor Swift to do a...
You're fired.
Get the fuck out of here!
Go to Home Depot with Chris Adler.
They tried to have a Swedish producer and it didn't work out. But it was in the best interest of the record.
It was Chris Adler and a fake mustache. I'm a Swedish producer. Maybe I'll sit down on that kit.
He's wearing like the chef hat, like the Swedish.
I'm
I'm Max Martin.
That's the only thing he knows of
About
Sweden.
Sweden, yeah.
He's like, what's Swedish?
What are they? The Swedish chef.
Yeah, that autistic chef.
Swedish
Fish.
Yeah, he has a
Fish.
Swedish bag of Swedish fish.
Yeah. There's metal records or heavy records in general, like that do sound good in 2026. Like that's still a thing that you can do. Like the chat pile thing that we reviewed last year.
Death Heaven sounded
Death
great.
Heaven or
I mean, dude,
fuck.
Converge. Like
Yeah,
having,
exactly.
I mean, they have Kurt Ballou, but having this record come out as recently as the Converge record was a mistake to Lamb of God.
Well, here that like in also I think that like the songwriting isn't that great, but it gets stepped on so badly with how bad this album sounds because it sounds like we haven't reviewed an album that sounds this bad in a long time. I would say production wise. I mean, I
would say Kill Switch.
Kill Switch. Yeah,
Kill Switch is probably
pretty
close.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the like. If there's no bite on the drums and the guitar, like a riff that could be sick, just sounds like a bunch of like ones and zeros going into your head like this.
Well, and also like you can totally like all of these bands, even like not like just rock bands in general, are using like plugins and all types of technology, but there's still tricks and things that they intentionally do to make this stuff sound real still and organic.
Yeah, I mean, like you just brought up Chat Pile, who uses an
E-kit.
An E-kit. Like not even, I don't even know if it's a full E-kit. Yeah. Like they use like electronic drums and the guitars sound muddy as hell, but like somehow they make that work for them.
Yeah, so there's ways to do it. And also there's people that are intentionally being like, okay, unless they're like a glitchcore band, like one of the bands that we talked about, or like whatever, that's not even in this genre. There are bands that are taking efforts of like, oh, that sounds really polished and pretty. We need to like fuck that up, or like keep the ambient room sound in there, or anything, a hiss, whatever. But there's like, this is so geometric and perfect, and like totally detracts for me.
Yeah, he does like a lot of like long tom fills.
Yeah.
That just sound like you're being machined, like a tom gun. A literal tom gun.
Tom.
So.
I wanted to call out two songs. Blunt Force Blues, I think, is also one of the better songs.
Yeah.
It has like a really strong opening riff.
Yeah.
I think that the breakdown riff is really good. The transitions still don't feel logical in that song.
Yeah.
And then El Vacchio, which I think might be one of my least favorite. It has like, it starts like mellow and ballady. Kind of almost sounds like a Typo Negative song.
Yeah, I don't like the way El Vacchio. Like I when it gets into it, it's not bad, but
also like the switch, like there's no build up.
No,
it's just like quiet, and then back to quiet. And that is like in a nutshell some of the problems that I have. Like my big problems with the songwriting is like, a lot of these songs don't feel like one idea building off of another.
Yeah.
It just feels like we had this idea, and they're in the same key. If we change the BPM of the one, now it's part of the same
they
song.
They jaw-ruled Metallica.
It kind of jaw-ruled.
Yeah, we did it! I love how El Vacchio... we didn't talk about this one, but yeah, I love how El Vacchio starts off like kind of somber and quiet, and then it gets loud. But it's really not quiet, or it's all the same volume. It's just like it's just two different parts of songs that just are mixed. They should be mixed differently, but they're not. Like I think the quiet part even sounds louder than the loud part.
Yeah, and that's like the problem with like those guitars, like not having that like
it's weird
presence. Just like you said, like they sound so pillowy.
Yeah. Should we CA it?
Yeah,
I think we're ready to CA, dude.
I'll go first.
Okay.
I don't really think I have. I kind of said my closing argument before, but the songwriting isn't. And we didn't talk much about the lyrics, but the songwriting and the lyrics and the themes aren't as egregious as like it. Like it may seem like we think they are, or at least myself for this review, but like the main detractor for my enjoyment of this is like the varying volumes of songs, and that's just more of like a not scientific, but like mastering is like a thing that no one really understands, and like that's a thing that you just pay a guy to get right, and most people, even us schmucks, get it right. So that being said, the mixing and the mastering are terrible, and it really takes away from my enjoyment of the album, because like having to like goose my volume a little bit or like whatever, it was a drag, and the actual recorded instruments do sound very fake, and I would say fakeness in general is like a problem with this genre, because you're trying to be so intense and play and record music that is very difficult to record properly because of high gain and like whatever. So they kind of like went full Chat GPT on this one, and I just didn't love it. So but I don't consider it dog shit either. So I think I'm gonna land it at like just a 5.6 out of 10.
Okay.
Yeah, I was disappointed by this. I do like this band quite a bit. But this record, just between the way that it sounds and the songwriting, it just kind of felt like they still have that old piss and vinegar. Like it's still in them.
Yeah.
But like they just couldn't find it. You know what I mean? Like they just couldn't get the right ideas and the right combination together. Like they still sound like a band that has something to offer. Yeah. And I think we saw that when we saw them live, because they fucking crushed.
Yeah, it was awesome.
So it's like they're clearly still all really good players. Maybe even like, you go back and listen to New American Gospel and comparing just the like technical proficiency. Yeah. This is on like a whole nother level. Mm-hmm. But I think some of that actually gets in the way of what could be better songwriting, because some of the riffs are so complicated. Some of the beats are like so in your face and so fast. The lyrics are fine. I think Randy did a better job. Like he's always, what I really liked about the early records is he was kind of like that Dave Mustaine-ish metal type lyricist, where it's like, we're gonna use the high school thesaurus, big words, but he could find just the right ones at the right time, like in Hourglass, where he just keeps repeating it's only getting worse, and just it keeps getting more intense, and it just feels like the heaviest fucking thing on earth. And I really can't remember like 6 lyrics on this whole thing.
Hydraulic anodyne. It doesn't really have the same ring.
I think he might say Sword of Damocles multiple times.
Yeah, I can't. I don't know. Like, it doesn't have the same ring as It's Only Getting Worse.
Or in Laid to Rest, what does he say? See who gives a fuck.
Yeah, dude.
That's the best shit ever. Yeah. So yeah, I was not. I was very surprised at how bad this sounded. I think like to maybe your average metal listener, it doesn't hit you in quite the same way. Yeah. But that was like startling to me, is like the difference in volumes and just the fact that the guitars and the drums did not sound all that great. Yeah. Randy's voice does sound great. The bass tones, when you can hear them, sound awesome. Yeah. But yeah, overall, I feel like it's kind of a mixed bag in that, there is like an energy, a vitality. It does kick ass, but it also gets boring faster than I was expecting it to.
It gets very boring.
So I'm thinking I'm actually going to go a little lower than JJ, and I'm going to go 5.2.
5.2, damn. I guess I didn't hate it as much as you guys, because I was thinking about a higher score. But yeah, I didn't love it. I didn't hate it. I just don't like a copy paste sounding record like this. Like we've listened to so many of these, like Killswitch Engage, like where just every song is giving, like it just feels like no band really knows how, like when they come back, they don't know how to like structure a record anymore. They're just like fucking badass riff after badass riff after riff. And it's like, that's a great idea in theory, but like once you get there,
let's record it with my Helix.
Yeah, like every riff is going to, like the more bad, you're just like, this one's going to have more notes. It's like things just start to become mush, and we've just like seen it so many times, and it sucks. Like Alter Bridge was like that. Yeah. Yes. But then you get an album like Love Is Not Enough, Converge, that kind of proves everything I'm saying wrong. Like I was expected to come into this and be like, it's their late era record. It's good for that. But then it's like Converge is a band that is like one of their peers who's been doing it for probably longer. And like still made it happen in 2026 and like made it happen in a fucking great way. Like that's a great record.
Oh yeah.
And it sounds good, the performances are good, and even the songs are good. Like it was able to hit on all of those three, where this is like it's like a third of all of those. The pillowy guitar, like it didn't really occur to me until like second time I listened to the record that it just started to sound like shit, and the mixing was weird and the production was weird. The first time I listened to it, I was more just happy that I got something like this that was like cheesy in kind of a fun way, like kind of like the Rob Zombie record, except like not as campy. Like it, they were doing the Lamb of God thing, and I appreciated that. But yeah, after the first listen, I didn't want to come back to it. I was like, one is enough, and I had to listen to it like 3 times, and on the third one, I was like, God. It's exhausting. It's an exhausting listen.
Yeah, even it's not that long either. It's like 38 minutes.
It feels, for some reason, the first 3 tracks like feel like I'll listen to all 3 of them, and they're 3.5-minute songs. But after I'm done with them, I'm like, we got to be done by now. Right?
Yeah, dude,
like it starts. I don't know why it's like that.
I really think it's like Parsocial Christ is
it
like
might be.
It's like somebody like just like you like turn a corner and then they just start hitting you with every limb they have. You're like, Jesus fucking Christ.
I had the weirdest moment last night where I was listening to it and I was like, damn, that song. The second track on the record has got to be like 7.5 minutes. And then I looked at it and it was 3.5, and I was on the third song. And I'm like, why am I in like a time warp?
What time warp did the Lamb of God send me in?
But I wasn't. I'm going to stick with my original gut feeling. I wasn't thinking nearly as low as you guys. I was going to give it a 6.1.
Okay.
Oh,
it's not like
I thought you were going to give it like a 7.5.
No, not at all. But it's not that bad. 5.6.
5.6?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say that's 100% uncut. No Swedish producers, whatever.
That's a Swedish chef, whatever.
Yeah.
Mwah.
Cooked it up, Ratatouille style.
This just was.
The time warp nature of it.
Yeah.
Because like it felt as long as the Mumford & Sons record.
It did.
Yeah.
But
and
somehow...
Mumford is like 20 more minutes and way less shit going on.
Yeah, there's less shit going on.
Like in theory, this should be a more exciting listen, but like this was strangely a slog.
It was strangely a slog.
It's something to be said for like the unspoken part of songwriting that is keeping things engaging somehow.
Yeah.
Like good songwriters, and I'm not accusing Lamb of God of being bad songwriters, but good songwriters know how to keep things engaging over the course of 30 to 45 to however long an album is. And sometimes they just drop that and stop caring about it and just add notes and BPMs and whatever for BPM's sake.
Well, yeah, it's like an idea in a song is only as interesting as like within context of the one before it and the one after.
Yeah.
So like a lot of these feel like they could be cool ideas, but they're almost like happening in vacuums.
Yes.
Like throughout the song, like each part of the song feels like disconnected.
Yeah.
And
like think about how badass the song "Bad Faith" was on that Converge record, and it's dun, 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 dun,
Yeah.
This and then like that's a song that I remember, loved. I'm singing the riff right now, even though I haven't listened to it in like 3 weeks. This album is just like I couldn't tell you even the name of one of these songs. Like that's just
like
how
if I
it
had to hum a riff, it would be like
I would just start singing Redneck. I just
and like compare that like Redneck is a fucking banger.
Yeah, it's so sick. Well,
That's it. Sorry.
it's
Sorry,
a Swedish
Lamb of God,
chef. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Let us know what you thought in the comments. If you liked it, if we're way off base. I know there's going to be people that are like, fuck you on this one because it's Lamb of God and the Chads. This is Chad. This is not Chad-averse as most of the things we've been doing.
This is not Harry Styles.
This is not
No.
when Harry Styles might have gotten the same score or
I
perhaps
think higher. I think it was higher.
Man.
So let us know in the comments what you thought. Subscribe if you haven't yet. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok for podcast clips in those sweet, sweet comedy skits. Get the shirt in the description and subscribe on Patreon. $5 a month for content every week. It's Supergroup episode 5 this Sunday. Go check it out. We're having a lot of fun over there. People seem to really be enjoying the Supergroup recap videos. So
We're not shouting into the void anymore.
no, we're not. The Patreon is. It's been fun.
We're fostering a community
Yes.
of people who also find Ted Nugent embarrassing and hilarious.
And
We're
Sebastian
3
Bach,
guys.
awesome.
Yeah.
3 guys in a basement doing a fucking Patreon. Who fucking believe in themselves. All right, everyone. It's I quit my band. We'll see you next time. Goodbye.